lot of their team fight, because Beast Coast has a set amount of damage outside of their Lifestealer. It's like a set amount of burst damage, and
HP. When your pool drops even lower, it gets difficult. But he brought out more regen. I like that decision. You've got a tiny middle rushing bottle. He doesn't have it just yet, so...
Snowball down the bottom lane. Yol's in a lot of trouble, and maybe they can control him, trying to reach that tier 1 tower in time. The slow, the stick charges is giving Yol the life. Skullfeld's diving in deep, but it's Nefrit who gets the kill on Whisper, and underneath the tower, Skullfeld, Yol turns around, and Beast Coast punished for their aggression, fighting into the Undying under the tier 1 tower, and farming double stacks. Yep. Stinger's tried and almost lost his life for it.
AA is not a real hero at this point in the game. I've played him many times as a 5 position. It is rough in an aggressive lane, and
I think Tusk is dead once again. Got the snowball out. He's going down to the creep wave, staying under the tier 1 tower, but with the tombstone on the hill, it's going to allow WaR to keep this aggressive up into the tree lines. The shards are good, at least holding out the Weaver, but the vision was there from Yol. Whisper will get the rebuttal into Yol.
And Nefrit also, he got his Kuchi hit off on the courier as well. So they suddenly have a 4K gold lead, every lane going in favor of Wind and Rain, all 3 cores at the top of the net worth charts. And these 2 supports, man, they're both level 5. They've had so much game impact already.
Boogie's just running through the trees. He's got a Quelling Blade, so he can keep cutting if he wants to. Begins his TP, but Chris Luck hits the Avalanche, will follow with the toss, and finally, Beast Coast gets something out of this top lane by bringing down the Axe at 11 minutes 40 seconds, and they instantly smoke. And they're away from dive vision when they did it.
And right to the mid tower, and AA just got jumped.
AA, yeah, he's in trouble. X-Mark, Ship, Torrent. The combination will hit nicely, buying enough time, and here comes Boogie! He gets the call over on the puck. Nefrit will die in the meantime in the side lane, but with Undying up, Yol dropping the tombstone. Once again, this AA him puck just cannot get a break, and they'll lose the tier 1 tower in mid lane. Weaver did die just north of that top rune.
This winner.
While the X-Mark, Snowball, that'll cancel that combination. And Tiny very aware that he's visible on the bottom, while Skullfeld surrounded by 3 heroes in this mid lane. Another X-Mark and Shard just trying to mess with them. He doesn't really have anything else to do though. With the snowball being on cooldown for another 8 seconds, all he can do is just punch Nefrit up, but he can't run away from this. Up the hill, no mischance, down to Ogre, while down on bottom lane. The battle has continued. The tier 1 tower has already been brought down by Whisper. They want to follow up. Boogie's being pushed back out, so is Nikwa. And with the orb damage, Nikwa will fall. Whisper joining himself further across, and he actually dodges the axe call. But with Weaver arriving, no longer can Stinger stand here. In fact, Stinger can just die here inside the trees, which is getting his X-Mark and Torrent combination. Whisper, he's got to time this perfectly with the jaunt, and no, he gets pulled back by the X-Mark right over to WaR, and they mop up the rest of Beast Coast.
Hey, you can look to dive whenever you want. The only thing you're worried about really is like a 4-man puck coil silence, but...
And Puck just TP'd back, but he went all the way back to base. Lifestealer still doesn't want to be here. As you said, like, he doesn't want to get involved until the Radiance is up. The Ancients he's farming at the moment will help him with that. Chris getting a little too close to WaR. They feel strong. There's your blink call. Exact combination snowball. It'll buy some extra time and away from the ship. X-Mark wants to pull Chris back, but here comes Whisper in for a quick double silence. Still enough damage from the Kunkka. The Dream Call only catching out on 2. And Nefrit's picking up the support heroes. They need more support to come in for Beast Coast to fight this because they're still totally outnumbered. But they don't.
From Nefrit there, you see that courier is about to get punched, and he glyphs it right in time. And now this is what I like to see. Just go fight. Beast Coast are not strong enough to deal with you. Just make sure AA doesn't land some insane 5-man Ice Blast, but get the aggression going. You are so powerful right now.
Yep, Radiance is too far away. There's your blink silence. Weaver's in a lot of trouble. That Ice Blast is connected on the big core hero. A lot more effective killing off the support, while Tusker thinks he can close the distance over on the Skywrath Mage, but Boogie and Yol are ready to continue their battle. And Tusker, he's in deep with no friends. Even Chris TP's over towards the shrine, able to get the avalanche off with the silence on Kunkka. Very tanky, and they're still battling into the Radiance. Boogie will create some space by getting the call onto the Lifestealer, pulling him away from the primary target. Who are they going to kill? Everyone being in from just taking out the creep wave every single time. It appears to be impossible. Where's the catch for the puck?
There really isn't any, Toby. And no one's going to be buying a Hex anytime soon. To your point, the Yols is picked up because even if Sky gets a silence off on you, there's absolutely nothing you can do.
Tiny, he walked into that one. Snowball save.
There you go.
Here we go once again with the shard trying to block in the Skywrath Mage. They have the extra combination coming in. Chris Luck's already fallen down, but K1 raged up, trying to kill off Nikwa. They have enough damage to get through him as well, but who's the next target? It's now 4-on-1. Puck's coming through the rear, but there's just not enough support. It's going to be the call, keeping K1 in position, and Whisper. He's looking, but he knows he can't do anything. K1 is tanking through it. Maybe they can. A 3-man coil. K1 trying to go full out easy. The Ice Blast is coming in too. They're so low on life. Face shift to get the hell out of there, Puck. He's trying to orb as well. Disruptor defensive. Then the drawn away to safety. Lifestealer could not get away from this.
Made the best of a bad situation though. The quick disarm on the Weaver and then heroes in the other get aggressive. And sure, you're looking for a fight, but it's just going to be another 2-for-2 bounty rune exchange. You take that if you're Beast Coast. You still don't want to fight. You need more time for your Lifestealer.
Actually got the chill over on the Weaver. He'll be able to time-lapse off the damage. BKB's up as well. Chris Luck already begins to TP out, but the damage output is just way too hard and fast.
That is a level 19 Skywrath.
They want to keep going. Tusker, no snowball available, but then again, same thing for Kunkka. He doesn't go with the torrent. He doesn't need it. The swing lane. Dire will fortify as well. They really want to keep that momentum going inside the base. I think it's time for Puck to come home. Put that Dagon to use. He'll be a level 2 heal by. The Tombstone's already been planted up on the hillside. Taking a couple hits, K1 will come in. Rage just needs to get rid of it. Here comes Whisper, able to get the silence over on the Undying with the Avalanche Toss combination. It hits hard, but not hard enough. You've still got Weaver in the backlines causing issues for Whisper. He's lost half of his life, but still has the Aegis, the Immortal to work with. The bugs come out too. No real clip, however. Skullfeld's the only one really being pressured. He will die. No buyback available for him. And we're going in deep for WaR. They found Whisper, but the phase shift, he'll dodge the coil and actually get back all the way back into Fountain. Buyback comes in from the Ancient Apparition. Undying is dead, but how long can WaR sustain this fight? You've got K1 ready to go once again. The BKB from Wish will trigger, but Whisper ready to jump once more, looking for that target to go on.
Rune spawned as well.
There's your jump. Doesn't find it, however.
Time to get back when it rain. They want to pick up those gold bounties. Maybe regroup, go for it again. I love the way that both teams approach that fight, actually. Beast
double catapults and Beast Coast, they need to be able to defend this.
Yeah, 1.5 minutes left on the Aegis. Plenty of time. And look,
Tuska's waiting for the save. He's waiting for someone to initiate on K1. He used the Infest, just trying to get rid of these catapults. Stop the damage to the tier 3 tower. Here comes your call, but the snowball save is right there in time. The Hex still holding K1 there with the Hex out. Chris Luck, he's also copying the Ogre from the Skywrath. A double up on that. They're just barely alive. Boogie needs more control. The Avalanche, unaffected the Weaver, still protected by that immunity of the BKB. Tusker will fall. It's available. He may as well commit it as Boogie. He is so close to the Fountain. You are at the Fountain, trying to take this fight. Axe is in way too deep. He'll end up falling down. The double buybacks are there. Tusker and Tiny, they want more. And Chris Luck tossing Whisper forward. Now Skullfeld in with a flip around. Nefrit gonna try and put his damage to the test. He's already lost his Skywrath Mage. The cleave from Chris, bringing down Yol. It's a triple kill. K1, and maybe there's another disarm. The Aegis Immortal, it's gonna break. You've still got Whisper here as well. Maybe he can actually bring down Wish. No, BKB is there to stop that any kind of burst damage. But the Avalanche clipping the Weaver on the retreat out. He has the free wave hitting into this tier 3 tower.
I like how he's playing it conservatively too. You don't want to get caught in the base. It's happened once before. You don't want it to happen again.
Whisper's like, wait, can I actually do this?
Yeah, you can. Nah, it's so sick.
Yules him up, cancel the
now they can go straight mid.
And now they go towards Boogie. Cold Feet yules him up. The timing a little bit off, but however, it will open wounds up from K1. Force the BKB from the Axe. That's down to 7 seconds while Snowball chasing the Weaver. It won't be close enough, and then a quick blink away, but Axe faster on the blink in. Skullfeld over in the tree line, and Weaver will go ham. Ancient Apparition is like paper to this bug, and Chris Luck needs more space, needs more distance, able to get it with the BKB TP out, while Whisper is cutting the wave. They don't have any waves to push in with. So what happens? You add the pressure on bottom. Whisper is taking the tier 3 tower. Wish will arrive. He'll start off with a Hex. The Torrent well off his target, however. Do they have enough to do this? A quick phase shift on Puck. Where's he going to go? He goes east. Stinger is nearby. Defensive Yulstep. The K1's also arriving. You've got everyone coming to the party. Wish, he has to BKB to avoid this. And Chris Luck, he gets the Avalanche. Here comes your Ice Blast. He'll connect on Nefrit. He's still got the ability to jump out once again as he holds his ground, trying to fight K1, but it's now 1v5. A TP. Anyone's got to stun?
So close. Tusk coming off cooldown in just like half a second more.
That plus 2 seconds on Rage is everything that K1 needed to survive that. Obviously, you still lost the Puck. And that's a big pickup.
There's a DD on Weaver.
And you're going to lose Skullfeld.
Oh, yeah.
0-16 unless his teammates can help. A quick avalanche out, but Weaver with a double damage rune.
Oh.
All right, Stinger. He'll jump in as well. He'll TP out. Oh my God. Take me instead.
You can see why they pick Weaver against the AA. He's can time lapse, even
Relax.
Ice Blaster.
This is a good call. Able to get that control over on K1, but how much damage have they really got? The Yule Scepter keeps Weaver out this fight for the moment. K1 rages up, Weaver runs in. Here comes your Avalanche Toss combo once again. He doesn't have the time lapse available. They'll flip him and they'll break the Aegis to the Immortal. K1 still wants to be a man and continue to fight through this one. So does Chris Luck. Toss is up. They're trying to get rid of the Tombstone back into base. You're so close to your high ground. The Dream Call will allow that position to bail out and get Beast Coast back up the hillside. K1 to do the best he can.
Oh my
This
God.
one, a volley
Oh my.
from Chris Luck. Agonist is online with the Dagon as well. We're trying to protect this over Skullfeld. Can he get revenge? No! He actually has Walrus Punch on clear for 1 second. Tiny is trapped down. Boogie will be able to dunk him. They still haven't gotten rid of this Tombstone. K1, he'll infest and leads mop up along the way, but now he wants to mop up Boogie. The BKB to keep going and going and going, but they got the puck caught out. He's protected. The Aeon Disc buys the extra time. Phase shift, dodging the boats, blinks off cooldown. He'll go up to the hill. Whisperer is away, but WaR came here for a reason. They want to enter the base. And that's exactly what they'll do. 5 heroes up. Tiny is down, but K1, the front liner for Beast Coast. Still ready to defend. Whisper ready to jump. Dream Call off cooldown in 7 seconds time. There's your jump. Silence in the back lines. K1 needs a little bit more time to get back to the T4 tower. So he's able to disengage. That's huge for him. The shot's not blocking him. Boogie forced off the way to save. But deeper in, Ancient Apparition will go down, but Undying cold feed it up. He feels a little too deep, and he's punished by K1. Another Tombstone will drop inside the base. Beast Coast rapidly defending, but K1 stands his ground. These Dream Calls making it impossible to escape. A TP from Wish. How much damage have you got? Not enough to kill him, but you got a good shot to control Nefrit with the rest punch. You'll time lapse off the damage. It just keeps going and going and going up to Weaver past the tier 3 tower. They get the snowballs done and they bring down the raid boss. Nef will die. And Beast Coast, they actually hold their tier 3 tower in the mid through all of that to arrive so Boogie can keep the control over on Whisper. And now Whisper's like, well, I kind of want to have a crack at this myself. Boogie able to get the call. Skywrath is walking over. Here comes your orb, but jaunt away from Whisper. Still affected by the battle hunger. Not feeling that life. You'll feel the snap of the Dream Call. The Ice Blast looking for the trees in case it's going to TP out, but not going to happen. Instead, Tusker in the backlines. Yule Scepter allows him to dodge that big Mystic Flare. And now Stinger comes in through the rear as well. He's got that big extra damage through the Chilling Touch, helping down Nikwa. More TP support coming in, and Boogie, he started this whole thing, and he may be the one to die in it. A fortification keeps the creep wave up for a bit, sure, but Boogie, a blink away. The shards don't hold him there, and the volley out of position.
Lifestealer a little isolated on the side, but just dancing with the Kunkka. With no Weaver, they don't want to have to be forced to use his buyback. Beast Coast know this. That's why they're playing so aggressively. Nikwa now, such a high level, 24, and so squishy. If he goes down, he's dead for 140-something seconds. Gotta be really cautious now on the sky.
That tree does not stand a chance. I mean, that tower does not stand a chance to the tree. If you need help, I'm here. As he walks around with a gem, now X-Mark Torrent. He needs to try and Yule dodge this, unable to do so. In fact, now the volley from Chris Luck. The positioning is fantastic. The Ice Blast coming in too, which has taken so much damage, but the Ice Blast, it hits so hard, they've still lost Skullfeld.
No buyback on Tusk.
Oh, that's problematic. Nefrit, and a little deep, gonna burn his BKB nice and early on. Puck able to join himself away to safety, going down the lane, protected once again by the Aeon Disc, but they get the stun off. The Hex on Puck as well, while the double Mystic flares get harder to the Ancient Apparition. The bigger one is Puck going down. 100 seconds on the sideline. Buyback is available. Skywrath with no buyback was their sacrifice for this.
They got the huge kill that they needed. The only hero without buyback is now on the deck. So you're not in confidence when in rain to press your advantage here.
Especially if if Beast Coast can catch out Boogie. He's running for the 50-minute bounty runes, but under the cover of an Invis rune, he feels very safe.
Yeah, and I think you've got to play a little more conservatively. I say this.
Boogie hit by the Ice Blast with the BKB once again for protection. Nefrit will move over. K1 ready to fight. Yol, what's he want to do? No zone available for him, so he Bissell plays down the Axe with the Avalanche. They get through the Axe. Buyback's available. Puck's coming in through the rear, and with the volley, Chris Luck from inside the trees. Nefrit just gets exploded, and with a Yule Scepter, had they got more control to kill off Yol? You bet they do.
Just a lapse in concentration, Toby. There's no TP up option. He wasn't even in the fight. They had no Kunkka. You're taking a fight that you can't. You know Whisper's gonna have a buyback in his pocket. He's level 25 Puck.
It's a 420 Puck, yep.
And yeah, it's a little late to be saying this, but considering he has 17 deaths, but Stinger's got to be a little more conservative now. His cores are just fine. He has no buyback. He cannot be initiated on again once he finally gets back into this.
There's your buyback from the Weaver. K1 just trying to get rid of the tier 3 tower on cover of his rage. Able to do so, even gets an easy bash onto the Kunkka. But it's enough to make beastcoast think that maybe we should start falling back. Still 2 heroes down. The numbers advantage is their way.
Yeah, Tiny actually TPing back in with some mangoes and bottle charges because K1 was out of mana.
They're looking to jump once again. Yeah, get rid of the bugs. Can't use those daggers. Axe still doesn't feel it. 6 seconds till Skywrath. 6 seconds until you get the magical damage. What's the worst you're going to lose? What, a melee racks in mid? All right, that's going to be it. beastcoast will back up. And a hero.
Trying to think. It's unfortunately, it's just not. It's not going to kill Whisper. And Lifestealer could still rage.
Ancient Apparition is such a juicy target. K1 comes around the back, however, gets the Abyssal Blade stun off. Undying's going to die so quickly. The Tombstone comes up. He's trying to get rid of it. Avalanche, it's good from Crystal, creating some space with the Ice Blast. They at least get the chill effect. Tusker, of course he's dead. This is the way we start every single fight. But Weaver! Oh, he didn't get the time lapse up. The Dream Call is holding the of WaR here. There's not enough damage coming in from the Skywrath either. It's all just totally dodged by the phase shift. Axe trapped out. He has no more friends that can help him. Even a volley being tossed his way. Bite is as bad as the bark as Undying goes to the trees. Puck will be there, Tiny as well. The toss. No, it's just going to be an avalanche of Nules to stop the Undying from completing that path out. 3 heroes to go down. Once they find him, he'll punch once. And maybe he actually kill off Stick. Another Tombstone being dropped, but 3 heroes dead. Over 100 seconds. beastcoast, they're all going home to regen before they then have to come out and try and finish this.
They've all got bots, though. He's straight to the top wave and straight for the throne. They know all 3 of these heroes do not have buyback.
All onto the creep wave. Here's Puck, here's AA. K1 being your front liner without the buybacks. They don't even need to kill off the tier 3 tower. I think they're just being safe about this, claiming that second melee.
The bottom is already exposed as well, so they could claim Megas quite easily here. Crystal going to pick up a DD and head straight back towards the squad.
55 minutes and WaR. The only upside about being Megad right now is the fact that you'll probably still be in the game. It will take a minute to do this Megas. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they just attack so fast.
Also, you might be able to kill the entire base if you'd like. Oh, this guy held so much damage. Hey, it's just, again, one more mistake, right? It's Dota 2. A couple of errors and all.
Of this Tusker. I have not seen this in a very, very, very long time. He'll carry the gem instead.
Hey, as long as you get the W, right, Tobes? Doesn't matter how you get it, a win's a win.
It's a team game. It's the life of a support. I'm interested to see if he can die twice more, but here comes Wind and Rain. They get the Hex off with a Nullifier, trying to kill the Ancient Apparition very quickly, able to do so. Buyback is available, able to do so with him, and the Ice Blast is already flying forward. K1, the big man to fight Aegis Immortals and the Ends of Whisper. It did go the way of the Dire, and they still want to keep this battle going inside the pit. Here comes your Ice Blast. Everyone's just grouping up, so this will actually connect. And the shards hold them in the pit, splitting up WaR, so they can't even find the target. They want Nefrit. Now he finally does, killing the Ancient Apparition with a dieback. Nefrit has himself a triple kill and needs to convert this into even more. The Tusker, he'll go down. An ultra kill for Nefrit. He needs to keep going. Now Chris comes in with the avalanche. They bring down the Weaver. He was going godlike, but the bigger god is K1. They take the fights. The buyback still coming in from WaR. beastcoast have the numbers. And a refresher as well, sure. Get everything back up for Puck. Get him to the front lines.
Dude, they killed, that was just a coil into a tree volley and everybody died, man. That's gotta be it. There's 3 heroes dead forever.
Kunkka, they're on top of him. Chris Locke just getting burned down by the Mystic. And if Skullfelt dies again, he'll actually 20. K1 coming closer towards the fountain, able to get the basher off the Abyssal, slowing down the Skywrath Mage, the tier 4 towers, the primary attack. Tuskar's on almost no life in the back lines. Another place done over on the Kunkka. The orbs fly forward. Tusk's actually having to use Blink to dodge these. The tier 4 towers are forcing them away. Kunkka's got good clearance. And Lifestealer TPing back. He needs more battery, but he doesn't need more life. And now he's BTing him. Tusker using up in the air, making sure he's going to be fine. Complete the forward. Kunkka, PKB, Mystic Flare's going to work once again, but Kunkka has to buy buyback. Still a huge creep wave. They can clear this off with the Tidebringer, so it's still a hard work to do. 23 seconds before WaR will have their players back up again. The Hex is currently on the Lifestealer, probably the worst target they want to. They have to try and get Wisp, but they have to try and get Skullfeld, while K1 still sealed up. The never-ending boats arrive. 10 seconds until Weaver. They're buying time. Now Tusker protected by the snowball. He'll have the Aegis Immortal break for the moment. That means second time they have to get through another life of the puck. Whisper trying to retreat back out. They can't get the control. Creep wave is still pushing onto the fountain. Beast Coast, they're going to let the pressure up for the moment and reap back out again and allow damage control from WaR to kick in.
This is that new and improved Beast Coast, right? Like they aggression, but they realize, hey, wait, we've got 40 seconds. This is it. The final onslaught, Beast Coast, surrounding the base, looking to push in with the creep waves. Only the throne left to slay. The last structure remaining.
K1 reveals himself, runs in, quick and like bash hit onto Nefrit. They get the punch. He needs to get out of here. Buyback. At least it's available, but the Abyssal Blades are now on Undying. Double tombstones. They're out and about. As it's a good call. Backlines onto Skullfeld. Oh, he's actually going to get out. That's 20 deaths for him. Oh boy, but it looks like WaR will be pushed up against their own fountain. The BKB from Pookie is such a low duration now. Chris Sluck uses whatever tree he's got inside the base. Doesn't have a lot to work with, but Whisper, another quick silence. This will be the die back over on it unless he can get something off, and he can. Back into the fountain. But the Ancient, it's exposed. There's a lot of creeps arriving. Beast Coast, they're low on life. It feels like Nikwa thinks he's got something he can work, but only if Pookie can get himself a blink call. Stinger's the only one in range. Even the BT's out. Kunkka looking for a target, but it's a full retreat from Beast Coast. Now they get the Hex. Stinger, he's got support. Chris Luck's nearby. They get the kill at least.
But
what is the sacrifice? Axe just cannot walk away from this combat. Walk slowly, defend strongly.
I like how he's got the casual axe. He's looking to consume it in just a second to try and drag, I guess, players into a huge combo. That is their one play. Perhaps you get a 3 or 4 man stun combo. Things switch up.
He needs a push. He needs a save. He needs something right now. Weaver getting into the back lines, killing off Chris. Yes, he will with the help of the Skywrath Mage. Mystic Flare. Wish is still holding strong in the stun. It connects on K1. Have they got the damage output? He'll infest, gets a little bit more, but there's the seal, there's a control. There's the seal, but he breaks free with that Manta style, but it won't stop Weaver from continuing to chase. Whisper gets hit so hard. This Weaver, he packs a punch. And WaR, they hold the line.
All of a sudden, you do find that opportunity to strike. Nefrit says, oh, hey, look, the AA. Oh, the Tusk, I'll go kill them. Whereas Boogie can then find a nice call. Somebody gets a Hex off. Things switch up.
Gonna come out. They're gonna try and use this early Hex, try and get an instant pick off before stuff up the call. Boogie getting 2 Chris on punch creating space, but so much damage from Nikwa. Had himself a double kill. Weaver's in the back lines too. Looking towards the tiny. The boat is able to connect. They're gonna isolate Chris Luck. He'll go down. 3 heroes without buyback available.
Creeps in the base. Watch out. Gotta clear those.
Oh, K1's good
right now.
A1. He found his own little target. Why are they taking this battle? They don't want this. Effort's moving away. The creep wave's only got 2 range creeps. It's gone. They fortify the dire wave as well. The time is being bought by Whisper, just like it has throughout this entire game. And a Rapier is now on the field. Ah, come on. This is how you begin Hamburg. Bring in that big damage from the Weaver.
Oh, he does not have gold or buyback right now on Lifestealer.
Oh, the call. Barely missing, but the Dream Coil king out 3. They're inside the base. And the creep wave has arrived. X-Mark, everyone's moving around. The puck ends up over on the north. Lifestealer back to the front lines. Chasing down to the Axe. 5 heroes up. Buyback's available for both the AA as well as the Tiny now. Actually arrived with the money.
There is no buyback on this Lifestealer. He's got to be so careful. Should sell phase boots or something to ensure he's got it.
They're attacking into it. Remember, Rapier protected at all costs. Here comes your Mystic Flares! K1 burns in the walls up, but he's not dead yet. He's moved back out to the wave. He's still alive and he can go towards the Skywrath Mage. Puck can bite back. The T4 towers still being brought down. Ancient Apparition up. Tiny in 8 seconds time. They haven't burned their buybacks. It's gone. Here comes your Ice Blast. Gonna be good to kill off the Undying while Kunkka dies inside the base. One more attack. It's able to do it. Kunkka is down 2. And Ancient Apparition T being out to the shrine that is still alive is able to cut him off at the pass. A triple kill for Whisper. And the tables turn the other direction. For Beast Coast to push down. In fact, the BT's already arriving from K1. He's inside the base, looking to solo kill the Undying, and he's able to do it. Undying it. The tombstone will be cleaned up, and Skywrath Mage, the sole survivor of WaR. wants to return to the sun. It's the only safe place to be. The fountain won't be yet. That is GG. Beast Coast in 65. Push the game to its limit.
With the second.
It's a hero that can deal with the refraction later on to the game pretty well.
He hits 6 first and starts placing traps. You don't have a sentry to our food.
That's a little deep Whisper. There with Yol, the slowdown's gonna be more than enough with the Orb of Venom. Whisper tries to make a break for the trees, gets the salve off. No one's nearby. He'll juke around the side and then cut back up through the trees. Drow wondering where he went. Whisper, the fancy footwork, but the slows. It's a level 2 Frost Arrow. So again, he tries to make a break for the trees. Play in the Fog of War, loses the aggro of the creep wave, and gets back into the lane.
Meanwhile,
This is some good contesting from WaR. No way to really stack for a Templar Assassin. Bottom lane, they just keep going again. With extra support arriving, Drow Ranger cold feeded up, can't walk away. And Whisper stays on top of the Drow. They have no gust, there's no pushback. The Schofield copped all the attention of Yol, who just hits in with Nikwa. That Splinter Blast of level 2 really causing problems. And Schofield can't finish the job at Ogre Magi. Nikwa was there for the cold embrace, cancelling all that physical damage.
Until he pops the salve and loses his observer ward. Unfortunately,
Nefret is about to start all over again. Cold feet with the telekinesis and the chilling touch slow. Nikwa does actually have enough mana if he uses it, actually not anymore, to put the stick charges. Yes, has to cold embrace the Drow Ranger. Slow this up. Nefret's already gone down. Now Wish will rotate in. It's a good power shot. Clipping too. Cold feet will not manage to trigger over on Nikwa, but Yol, under the cover of an Invis, will be here to land an extra stun, and that'll let them focus. Now over towards Whisper. Seeing a force down, the focus fire of Wish, the damage output is enough to get through Whisper, actually holding the 9 stick charges.
really nice rotation. Somebody has to do it. It can't be Axe. He has to stay top. Only the winner.
Trying to protect the Rubick as long as he possibly can. He ends up stealing nothing because he can't use anything. There's no mana and there's no life in Schofield.
Might be able to. He's going to catch. He's got a 4-level advantage on the enemy offlaner.
Oh boy. There's another son available. Yeah, Whisper knows, like, if I run north, I'm dead. So I'll try running south instead. And the call's out once more. And Whisper will fall to Boogie, giving him now his 3rd kill of the game. 120.
Almost certainly died there. Otherwise, it's a nice move. But it does give Beast Coast an opportunity to perhaps push for a tier 2, knowing they don't have that.
I'll just find it down.
Wyvern ult.
Ogre gets the initial stun over on the Ancient Apparition. He's got level 6 available. Good Fade boss up in the action, being able to blink himself forward. But the Shackle latches on too. Rubick and Whisper both being caught out. Boogie's still looking for this great call, and he's got one to hold the Rubick in position while AA dies along with him. The Templar Assassin thought there was a fight, but he thought wrong. Turns for a couple of attacks. Buyback comes in for the Rubick. GA from Whisper guides him a little bit of time, and the action ends up going down. Chris has the damage output. There's more support available through the power of Wish. They may go underneath the tower with the power shot connecting. Rubick needs a little bit more control, but it won't happen. A triple kill for Wish.
Didn't even have a Drow in this fight. They killed all 4. In fact, Stinger died back there.
With precision or a level 4.
They know he's there. They know he's there.
It's like, well, TA can benefit from this.
That was so cool. So Boogie, he didn't show, and now they still know TA is in the vicinity. They scanned him out, and Boogie's going to try and make that play one more time with the Blink Taunt.
There'll need to be an Ice Blast or something to help him. Like, blink into the trees and TP away won't work if Winter Wyvern's still there, and there it is.
Wow.
Gets the kill, jumps away to safety. A full surgical attack. But evacuation plan also works.
What a beast. That is not supposed to work. That is the definition of a low percentage play, high risk, very low reward. But hey, Albert, it's not as effective as it was in the previous. Hold up.
Call, found one, axe picked up, gonna instantly thrown away, stunning up the Windranger in the process. Ice Blast gonna go into the tree line too. But is there really a jump? There is from the TA into Ogre, protected by the cold embrace of Nikwa. He gets the ulti off, but no one from Beast Coast is there. Remember, they've still got the GA ready to fight. It's gonna pop off. All the damage from the Drow Ranger now doesn't exist. But the Windranger, where's your Windrun? Can't escape K1. The call is there, and that's why you have Aegis the Immortal. Lifestealer will die, but Windranger back to the fighting front lines. Searching for a target, able to find one. Rubick flying up the hill, up and over the cliffside and over to the tier 2 tower. Thought he got caught in the hillside with Boogie's call.
Oh my God.
K1 gets control. He has no buyback available because he bought the Talisman of Evasion before that happened. So Crystal's got no choice. He has to pressure the tier 3 tower.
He had no buyback in the first place, Toby. That's a dieback.
True.
And now there's a DD fading on the Windranger, sure, but you've got 80 seconds to just shove middle.
Axe is TPing back. Boogie, there's your blink call. Stinger has the Ice Blast available. Go and throw it out in the Axe. We'll see just how much damage the Templar Assassin can do. You've only got the chill effect over on Boogie. In fact, TA can just die. And Apparition will probably die with him. Up into the trees, and they'll find him. You can call just to hold him in. While Drow Ranger and Winter Wyvern reach the tier 3 tower on the top lane. 3 heroes dead for Coast, and the cannons just hitting from range. The shackle won't last, but it won't matter. Whisper's down without buyback as well. WaR, they are going to crack this base open right here, right now. Right, you were mentioning it like in the very early phase, Lifestealer versus Axe, but Axe can always pull to the side. He can always get so much more out of this game. And with the blink initiations, the calls, the controls, they're able to get this kill over on Rubick. And it's not like Beast Coast aren't there. Beast Coast are definitely there. And they want to fight. The Ice Blast flies forward, only chills over on 2 with Rubick buy back. Yol will go down, but he'll buy back 2. The double gust, problematic for the Omniknight. Now he'll get the GA off. The Shackle's unable to latch over on the Lifestealer, but Windranger right. The GA wears off now, and up the hill they'll go. WaR, they have the advantage, but they don't have a lockdown control. Maybe they can catch Rubick. The power shot and the call will work. So Rubick dead, is buyback for him.
You can't fight if you're Beast Coast. There is no team fight. There is no AoE control. They're dependent on this TA Lifestealer being ahead. They're just not. And now K1's gonna die again.
Yeah, he's down too far. Has the halberd, the curse, holding him there, so Axe can then come ensure the call. Omniknight wants to help out, but the shackle already keeps K1 down. He's down for a long time. 70 seconds. Templar Assassin desperately trying to add some pressure to the bottom lane.
You know this is 2 heroes dead. I wouldn't just go for throne when it ran. Who cares?
Heroes can look for, see if they can force some kind of mistake out of WaR.
Well, there's an invis.
You can see Boogie, he's got his BKB, he's ready to jump. And there's no telekinesis that will save them. There's no stuns, there's no control. Windranger.
Well, they know something's up.
Yep, looking for a target. K1, Boogie doesn't want him, wants a different target. Templar Assassin's down in the lane. The Ice Blaster flying in, but K1, there's your call. Isolated out. Templar Assassin's not even there. She's over with everybody else. Wyvern's being picked off as Omniknight. Well, there your control and kill. Well,
it's just too much damage, Toby.
Yeah, it really is. Like this game is 2 characters away from just being done.
Importantly, they identified that, you know, this Beast Coast lineup, they're all about the physical damage, right? From both mid and carry.
Wish, I'm watching you dropping your MKB in front of the Templar Assassin. Trying to bait her to jump forward and go for it.
Yep. It's Mega's at 30 minutes, Tobes. This is...
Yeah.
That was pretty done for.
It's pretty much over. But Beast Coast, they're enjoying the moment until they call the GG. And that's exactly what happens. Game is done. And we will see Alsa go to a third. The first one cracked well over the hour mark. This one done in half that time.
It is, by the way. Do you think it's safe lane Night Stalker and then off lane DK?
Do you know what? Let's find out, because the game is in.
At least both of these kinetic fields from Disruptor have been completely whiffed. But who are they really going on here? Like, all 3 heroes from WaR are taking damage. Tinker is able to TP out that mid. We saw it in our little PMP, but maybe now. Yol. Okay, there's so much strength he's able to gain. Shadow Shaman, 3 of them grouped up. He can even soul rip his life back up. Shaman will end up falling. Then you'll actually have Yol survive. Boogie's trying to close the distance on him, but he turns around to punch again. He knows he's Undying, almost 1300 AP. Most of it stolen from Beast Coast.
Can't be lulled into a false sense of security, though. Windranger, they will have the ability to take this late.
They're actually smoking up. Probably going to come maybe for Chris. Courier again, bringing Observe Wards and Sentry. Should let him know that people are coming in from the north. And now here we go, underneath the Sentry Ward. Able to get the first slow and the glimpse, pull him back over. Wall and Storm together. So you may have the Aghanim Scepter, but how much life you got when you can't hit anything? The laser's able to connect, but back down to the mid lane. Stinger wants to help, and there's a cold embrace, but the magical damage is there from Wish. Able to penetrate that defense and even get the pickup on the support. Back-to-back kills and now pressure to the mid.
Get around your Brood.
That's a Whisper also going for a Midas as well. Like, it's not even initiation. It's like they want this game to go late. Whisper now with the invis, trying to get both Yol as well as Nefrit to come together. There's the Sentry Ward that saw him. CK will start with his own stun, then the RP, pulling the DK back up the hill. It's a big committal of an ultimate, but they want more. Schofield can't find his target, instead cops a rocket to the face, and the March of the Machines may even die. The Splinter Blast, it doesn't go out. The Cold Embrace doesn't matter. Wish has the range with the rockets.
They're in the March. You gotta be so careful here.
So much damage from Beast Coast. We know they always love to fight, but this may be a little bit too unbridled.
And Mag preparing for retirement. It's just, where is your timing to link up and aim for a win condition?
They found Boogie in the trees. CK's moving over. Almost impossible for this NS to escape as they have a curse. Able to get the silence on the CK. That's why he couldn't just throw the Chaos Bolt. And that would have been enough time. Boogie played that the best he possibly could while up on top. The Storm is down. Shadow Shaman gonna get out of it in time. Nope. Thunder Strike, the damage to the Rockets. He had
Vision plus Tinker. Always been solid.
Are we really saying that though against a team who has a Magnus? Like if you look for maintaining farm and maintaining advantage, Magnus is normally that hero that allows this to happen. They're hunting once more for the Tinker. He's down in the trees. Night Stalker's there, starting on the Winter Wyvern. Cold Embrace slowed down the engagement at the beginning. Boogie has now finished the job on Stinger.
That Brood's in trouble.
Disruptor was thinking about it. Y'all's here, already triggering off the Flesh Golem. And Night Stalker staying with him. Mass rocket continuously coming the way of Chris Luck and Whisper. He's really uncertain if he can help here. Man, how many times can Chris Luck get rocketed? That's it. Like, Tinker's out of mana. Back to base.
Like, an AoE Void is enough, but then you give it those little quality of life changes, too.
They are so looking to fight war. A fresh Vlad's on the Night Stalker. The Ags will have to wait. They turn in. There's your glimpse. All the spiders get caught in this with the Broodmother as well. Everyone trapped around the hill. But Chris Luck, low on life, but is he going to? No. Rockets again. No way to escape. Everybody is seen. Whisper never having the opportunity as well for his big ultimate. Instead, it's just WaR who run at you and kill you. But it's taking time.
It's still 16 to 9. It's still the lead for Beast Coast, but again, like CK,
it doesn't feel like it.
No, it doesn't.
Like right now, here we go again. Boogie getting aggressive. As long as he can keep it nighttime, there goes your curse. Undying getting beaten down by his own Night Stalker. And then RP catching the two of them together.
The marches though.
And how long can they stand inside that march? The BK from the CK is allowing him to do that. He wants to go for another target. Glimpse pulling back the Magnus. He's a lot easier killing. K1 just abandons him. I'm getting back to the targets. No Tinker is here. The Mass Serpent Wards to be planted. The Wish.
Real deal. They had to take a game off TNC to even make it this far. Fought for their lives in that final game of the groups. They took it. And honestly, so far, this is game 3. Yeah, sure, they dropped a game, but they've been playing better than Beast Coast 3 times in a row. And this was a squad that was top 8 at TI.
Look at them wait in the trees. They thought they were setting a trap Beast Coast, but it turns around the opposite direction, which is like, if you want to see me, you can see me, but the Dire Observe Ward's up, the Glimpse back. And that is 2 heroes down, and DK is entering the base. 22 is in. The BKB Phantasm damage into Dragon Knight. How much have you got? The curse is out, but it's on the creep over on the side. Doesn't hold anybody there. Nefrit with the soul rip. He actually has enough life. They're going to keep him away. Reality rip. K1 tracks him down. A huge kill to take, but how much have you committed? The RP is out from Magnus, but you're fighting into the March of the Machines, allowing Wish to play the backlines completely. Wow. Unhindered. 4 heroes down. The mid racks will be assaulted. A buyback has to be forced on Beast Coast. Or
active. You know there's no Phantasm for a few seconds. The Heart is active now, however. Yes. With no Ags on the Tinker, these illusions will hit very, very hard. But will it be enough is the question.
They look for a target. Staying very well split up WaR, so there's no ability to curse. In fact, Stinger, Dragon Tail stunned up. Boogie thinking about coming in for his own. Yeah, he's going to dust, so there's no Glimmer Cape protection either. Stinger trying to get some distance. The Breathe Fire. Any kind of damage they've got, it will be enough. Wyvern is down, buybacks available, he'll commit it to now. The Broodmother, BKBs, finds their own target. It's the Undying, bring him down quickly, but then DK hexed up for the moment. Maybe they can keep that control going, and then DK have any level of damage. Boogie comes over, able to get that nice big silence out, giving Nefrit a little bit more space to get back, but CK still too strong. Now to bring in this DPS they've been requiring for so long. The RP, everybody!
The marches!
It's the penthouse! double kill for K1. The Master of the Machines was doing some work, but K1 still gets a triple kill. The heart comes online, and so does Beast Coast.
Out. Bottom, you're going to push out level 20 on the DK. Took the gold per minute talent, plus 210. All inning.
The courier flew over Night Stalker. They got an extra information. A Silver Edge already over on the Chaos Knight. Instantly breaks onto that Night Stalker with a 3-second stun into the Phantasm. How much damage have you got? There's a get out jail free. Is there? No Nevrit with that Dragon Form. He's not doing anywhere near enough damage. They get rid of the Tombstone. Night Stalker still not dead. Nevrit, now the wall comes up. Chris Luck waits. He actually saved his BKB for this point, so he can battle off the curse, allowing now the Broodmother to complete her TP out to safety. Boogie also running up, looking for a target. K1 the one. Just follow the rockets into Invis. He stays away from the sentry ward. The trees starts the TP out. Has anyone got a disable? Glimpse. Oh. He pulls him back at the right time. K1 now has to do it the hard way. Hard to the test, the wall is up, he'll jump out. All right, if you want to fight me, I guess I'll fight you. 3 seconds on the stun, it still won't be enough, breaking him out. And CK dead for 1.5 minutes. A push has to come from WaR.
It's the big wide looping angle. It means you're seen first.
I like how James Bond has to be for check your corners and hug the walls. So like that's the thing you have to go for. Aggressive movement here from Beast Coast looking for their target. The Hex is out, Disruptor being the first one. The Spiders doing a pretty damn good job at Winter Wyvern. Silenced up, never able to get that curse or even the glimmer up. Now BKB from Broodmother, but he does it when he's 20% of his HP. He'll complete his TP away to safety. The Beast Coast really just cutting their losses as quick as they can. Doogie isn't done just yet. He's moving. The silence over on the CK. Now he'll burn the BKB. Hasn't triggered the Phantasm just yet. Trying to kill off this Disruptor, but Glimmer Case making it impossible for them to continuously see them and continue this fight. Now Magnus stunned up for half a second. Skew is down, but there's nothing to be gained here apart from death.
Yeah. That was a really nice engagement from him. You want long fights.
70 seconds dead too.
Long fights favor Radiant. Beast Coast, they need a strike.
As much about his mana pool though. That's 1,000.
And both teams are playing this properly in the sense Beast Coast, they placed a new ward, they're going to try and play around it, but because of that gem.
Oh, the Invis looking for the target. The Undying is on the front lines. And he can kill him off very, very quickly. And the Chain Stalker, but then the curse. Dragon Knight, Undying turns around and fight the RP. Catching the backlines too, letting Broodmother do his work. But 2 heroes from Beast Coast, they're already down. Now Tinker, he'll buyback lead, try and continue this fight. 4 seconds on over on the Dragon Knight, but CK, yeah, Chris Luck has nothing more to give anymore. K1, he is tanky, but that just means that he'll end up dying last for Beast Coast. A triple kill for Boogie. All 5 players of Beast Coast down. They'll go for Roshan. Broodmother will buy back, but it's fun.
Here and there, but it wasn't as if he did that typical blink into death as we've seen so many times.
This top lane is so funny, just watching Schofield play around. There's your curse out over on the Night Stalker. Broodmother's wrapping around from behind. They want to try and mop up the backline for Disruptor. Again, these Glimmer Capes. The vision game is so difficult for Beast Coast, especially when you're dead. You can watch from the sidelines, both supports getting picked off quickly. Shaman's managed to buy back, but Chris Luck being mini-stunned up by these rockets that continue to spam out. And what's Magnus even doing? Okay, CK can kill off Nikwo. More support coming in and DK's backing off.
And they got the supports though, not a bad
they
start.
did.
Both on the map. Tinker's limited to the creep waves unless he wants to upgrade bots, but as it just said, like he needs buyback, he needs Hex. He doesn't have the gold for all of these options. So if you're smart as Beast Coast, force a fight away from the creeps in the forest somewhere, all of a sudden Tinker's not able to get there. You can't rinse repeat into the fight like he's been doing so.
Magnus walks right into the smoked up WaR team. And now the curse tries to create some space with the wide, but that's in a little too deep. Boogie's BKB'd. He'll be very happy to take this. Magnus does not have back available. Now the Chaos Knight looking for his own engagement. A 4-second stun. It's good over on the Undying. Chris Luck still having a hard time getting rid of this Tombstone. The never-ending stuns are just there, and he's actually leaving it. And Chaos Knight can't move away. He has to stand his ground. In fact, you already had the TP out. Buyback is available from the CK.
More respect.
Hey, that was poor tactics. Beast Coast. Mid-racks. Remember, there's still 1 lane of racks up. The Broodmother's trying to play with the back line, get rid of this creep wave, and if he's able to do so, they actually will have to battle through backdoor protection. That one range creep is staying alive just long enough.
Oh, Disruptor.
Now, jump in, looking for it. Chris Luck able to get the BKB off. Still a Tombstone. He didn't have good luck with that last time. And with BKB wearing off, get back over here into the wall and the storm. Nikwa, he tried to battle into him. Chris Luck, he's going to go down quickly. The buyback's available. And Shaman will respawn. K1 managed to save his buyback and managed to use his buyback. So we will not have that. Another tier 3 tower to be dropped. Blink, Hex, Skullfeld. Able to get the ward trap before Staffs, just pushing Nefrit out of it. Like where that courier is going, just BKB just throw to the top of everyone and try and kill the Disruptor off. They need to keep that detection up. Disruptor able to actually be brought down. Now it's Nefrit, he's the bigger one. Shackle him, hold that dragon in position. And now they really put their damage to the test. A 5 second stun from K1 will buy them all the time to bring him down. The mid lane of Rax was taken. So at least there was something back here for WaR. There's momentum in lanes, but Boogie looking for his own target. All for the 45-minute bounty runes, but Stinger, he just down. Either way. Smoke up from WaR. Let's get ourselves back onto things that are actually happening and not in our minds. Beast Coast. Do they is it just a high ground defense at this point?
Look at the wards they've got up, right?
This CK's coming down.
Find a fight here.
It's not worth it for a regeneration rune. The blink, the stun, CK able to get his BKB off at least in time, but they get the backlines with the Wyvern. Boogie just focuses on the primary target, and they glimpse it back over Phantasm, trying to dodge the pullback, but he gets pulled back into the storm, and the wall hold in there with the Dragon Nefrit. CK, he needs to be brought down. The Hex bought some time. Now you actually have the Aegis Immortal triggered. The CK is already onto his next target. Over to the Shadow Shaman in mid. The Mass Serpent wards are down, but they're so far away from the fight now that Magnus pulled back over. Great quick blink, but they keep the vision on him. Now he BKBs and does his own TP out to survive and keep that RP possible.
But the Black Dragon is here.
The jump. K1. You know what this needs? It needs more Dragon jumping in with Boogie, but they're focusing on the Rax instead. Now the jump comes in, and it's a Hex over on Boogie. He's able to get himself further away. Chris Luck burning the BKB once more.
You just can't fight this team any longer. The supports just die, Toby. That's the issue. Boogie's done such a great job. The moment
Beast Coast have an initiation, which begins with Curse, begins with Stinger pulling everybody together to get locked down twice.
That just
can't happen.
Not feasible. Stinger needs to play from. Think of it as like if
you say Fountain.
No, if you're pretending this game is.
Shaman glimmers back up, able to blink himself away. Glimmer Cape offering that extra protection. Gets the Hex over Night Stalker. Mass Serpent Wars down in the middle of this fight. K1 very quickly set up the BKBs are breaking free. Scottfeld trying to keep the shackle control going. So Night Stalker, pull him out of RP is down. So just hold that Black Dragon in position. 1 RP. Now your secondary curse is over on the Night Stalker. 500 Disruptor. Second RP does able to be connected. And they have the damage output if they can just keep them there. Scottfeld, there's the shackle. Hold him. Bring down the Undying for the next target. Tigger's able to blink himself away, but it's the DK. He's still so far on the front lines underneath the Mass Serpent wards, permanently stunned up by Beast Coast. They fight outside their base and they repel WaR. Now, there's number 1, Undying. DK and Night Stalker both have them. Brood will make his play for a bottom lane. The Assault Cuirass coming only on the Courier now. It's not on her yet. In fact, she's got an item slot open for it. This is taking time. Buyback down from the Night Stalker. They get 2. Can they get the big one? Can they get the Dragon Knight buyback 2? There it is. The third buyback. The jump forward. Boogie, he's able to get the control over on the Shadow Shaman. He was a huge pest in the last fight. Now he's removed, as well as the Wyvern. The control factors are gone. Adam's pulling back CK. His BKB has already been expended. He cannot tank through WaR. And now it's 3 heroes from Beast Coast who go down, all without buyback.
So much harder for him to play in comparison to Boogie, who can just say, oh, I think Rost is here, pops the silence, sees him, nullifies, boom.
They're coming out to fight.
Okay.
Roshan may respawn in 5 seconds time. They're using Undying as bait to see if Beast Coast want it, and Beast Coast are here. K1 runs in, he goes for the 4 second stun with the BKB in the backlines. In the meantime, Shadow Shaman instantly evaporates. The Aegis Immortal, it was on the Undying, so he's already back alive, and both the supports of Beast Coast are down. Phantasm can clean off the Tombstone, but that's the only upside Beast Coast have from that engagement.
Sick from Wind and Rain. Again, they find the supports that, again, do not have buyback. It's just every time, rinse and repeat. 18th on Wyvern, 17 on Rasta, man.
And Beast Coast are being tested as much as this Dota 2 client with how many entities can be on the field. Now the BKB, Night Stalker, he's the primary focus of the Broodmother, but he can't really do much more. The BKB is pretty much wasted. Meanwhile, Black Dragon doing it strong. Hitting the 4 towers. Now another pullback in. A 6-second stun from K1 on the Night Stalker. The 4 staffs available. Getting the Night Stalker away to safety. Tier 4 towers are down. There's still no big AoEs. Where is that Magnus? Here he comes. There's your double RP. The Storm is good. It's going to do its work. Whisper and Aka1. Hold them in together. It's just WaR trying to hit into the dire range and finish this job, but haven't got enough life. They're focusing. K1 gets the 4 seconds off. Chris Lux in the backlines. He's killing off the Tinker. He's got him. No buyback available. It was a dieback for him. He can't finish the job. DK, he can't die. He does die. They're dead for 2 minutes. Clean the wave. WaR is trying to finish the job. The catapults must die. Y'all must die. Clear and sail right now inside the dire base. Y'all trying to TP out. They see him. A triple kill for K1.
They all in with no buybacks, Toby. The only thing you can't do is die without buyback. And look at the face, Chris Luck. He's excited now. They know all of a sudden 90 plus seconds. It is a 5-on-2. You have absolutely nothing remaining in your base except for the Ancient. But what's the name of the game, Toby?
To win, take out the Ancient, but you need to stay alive for it.
They need a creep wave somewhere. They're gonna get a respawn right now. They gotta preserve this mid wave. That's the key.
Hey, you go Mega Melee Creep. You hit down that dire Ancient. He's doing it solo.
Boogie cannot, honestly, he has to play for the base. He cannot go back to his own. You've got to try and somehow kill this Throne. This one remaining creep gets taken out by Whisper.
Belly second Chris Luck is just hoping. He's trying to find somebody to control. Right now, Broodmother has an army.
He needs bots. This is your chance.
He's in the back lines. He's got the creep wave.
Oh, I love it from...
He pulled the creep wave with the AoE. They hold the line. The Storm is out, so Chris Luck's kind of trapped. The same thing with Boogie, so he's in trouble. No buybacks are available for anyone apart from the Wyvern. But Disruptor does solo up the Broodmother. Distraction was there. It's still 28 seconds till Tinker is up. A lot of damage can be done. CK has his Phantasms up. They're going for the tier 4 towers. There's no mass open walls, just glimpsing one away. Put the wall up, but CK can reach. The blade is long enough. The tier 4 towers are dropping 14 seconds until you have the Tinker up. Glyph will buy him that little bit of extra time. They probably could have done that with the 3 hits. Is anyone going to use it? Mass open walls are down. The skewer pulling one back. I don't think got enough. Tinker now they get for the laser. The RP controlling Wish. They may have enough. The creeps are actually killing up the dire Ancient. We're in a full split game.